Yes. A long time ago, Earth was the big thing. And then demons, gods, and some really big angry dude named Lasirthan killed everything. So everyone was really sad for a really long time. And then the entities were like, hey, why don't we make our own? And then thousands and thousands and thousands of Earths and solar systems just like Earth were made. But then were slowly eaten one by Lasirthan.
Because they taste good.
All the while, the original defenders of Earth, the angels, just kind of faded away and were never really seen again. But out of nowhere, some mysterious entity creates a planet and is like, no, I don't feel like taking care of this. So he just leaves the planet to some random sister creatures he gave permission to rule it. The sisters were pretty chill. They made a pretty nice planet. And then a bunch of original creatures that they made by combining Earth's creatures. And then Moria was like, you know, I like dogs. And then Novi was like, I like people. And then they fought.
They're bad.
And put a huge invisible wall down the middle of the planet. Novi just kind of wiped her side clean of those gross creatures and put humans and stuff in. Moria just kind of left her side how it was, because she's lazy. The creatures they made just kind of sat around trying to find someone to blame. So then they blamed each other and all went to war.
Good.
Most of the creatures just died off, except for some weird horn dogs with hands because they just kind of got their own island until 2 critters remained.
They're called fights.
Good. These guys are the Yazroth and the Zerodin, and they have a big dispute on Moria's home island, Kinroth. Meanwhile, Moria is creating lots and lots and lots of dogs, and they are tall. Like, very tall. So Zerodin are like, hey, oh, wait. So Zerodin and the Yazroth are like, hey, dogs, join us, and the dogs are like, okay. And they fought with the Zerodin and the Yazroth. After Moria made enough dogs, she made churches and told everybody, I am your goddess, bow to me. And the dogs did. So she gives the dogs some spooky magic, and the dogs are her special snowflakes for a few years. And then some chick named Unai comes into Moria's cave and says, hey, my son was born blind. And Moria says, oh. And then she fixes his eyes, but then as some weird freak accident gives him a large portion of the power she received from the original god. Unai takes the kid back, and he grows up thinking everybody should not do the fighting. So he goes around telling people, hey, don't fight. And eventually the dogs start to believe him. He tells everyone to come to Fragmented Pass because he's going to take them away. And he ends up taking a load of dogs, most of the dogs on Kinroth, to some weird abandoned empty island that they end up calling Meza.
I'm crying.
Now that the dogs are on Meza, they're like, hey, where's Moria? Little did they know they were in Novi's territory, and Novi's like, attention dogs, please leave. And the dogs said, no. So Novia can't do anything about this, so she just basically crosses her arms and pouts to the humans about her lack of power, but the humans don't really worship her at all and don't really care. Meanwhile, the dogs are at peace, and then they fight. They still are fighting to this day.
Yeah.
Good.